Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Appreciate everybody for jumping in and tuning in. You're listening in to the Nation. Yes. We're going to talk about this. Really appreciate you guys. As we set up, be sure to hit that like button. Share this content. Let a friend, neighbor, phone know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and beyond. Let's go. Conversation for the Nation. Parsons. Is he a star or is he a project? Shout out to 105.3 The Fan. They brought up this topic. So we're going to talk about it. Let's go. Let's go, Nation. Yeah. Where the cowboy parties at? Where the champagne bottles and the Hennessy? Break them out. Where the All-Stars at? HBO, the SG. Shout out to everybody that's watching and grinding. Come on. Shaniqua, Pookie, Ray, where you at? Notification swat up. Yeah. Where my dogs at? That's what I want to know. If you're watching right now, let me see some fire emojis. Some fire and desire. Come on. The countdown clock is to your top on the left side. I'm trying to beat that clock. Let's go. Clock in, Cowboy Nation. Let's grind. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Tell them ain't no party like a Law Nation party. Let's grind, baby. Shout out to the Facebook Guru gang and things. Mama, there go that man again. This lunatic. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's go, baby. I beat it. Yeah, Nation. Yeah, come on. Yeah. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. I can't believe I beat it, baby. I got everything up and running. Shout out to you, William. I see you over there. Taurus, appreciate you. Craig Bailey in the house. Harvey Keys, he got the keys. CR 101150. What do you know, baby? Lamont, I see you. JoJo Cowboys, let's go, baby. All right, so the topic in the conversation for the Nation is Parsons. Is he a project? I ain't gonna say chick. That would be disrespectful. But is he a project or is he a star? You know, I'm always like the great coach. What's his name? Green. I forgot his first name. They are who we thought they were. You know what I'm saying? And we let them off the hook. So I don't want to be that person, though. And what do you say? If they're a king or something, crown them. You know, if you want to crown them, crown. Yeah, he said, if you want to crown them, crown them. Who want to crown them, man? What's up, David? Martin in the house. What's good with you, Robert? Thank you for jumping in and tuning in. And I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Tim Johnson says star. In your voice, that's how I imagine you would say it. Star. He's a star. He's a rising star, shooting star. What kind of star is he, right? And we'll pull up those clips there. But I really want to know how you guys feel, because I envisioned that the Dallas Cowboys utilize him in the first few games as a project. And then when he get his playing legs up under him, then he'll be that rising star. Crucify me if you want. But I really want the defense. Yeah, Dennis Green. Appreciate you, Dennis Green. That's what his name is. Shout out to Jamal. Gus. Appreciate you. Dennis Green, Raymond. Yeah, Dennis Green. They are who we thought they were. But shout out to him. May he rest in peace. I envision, these are just my thoughts, my opinions. There's nothing to do with facts or anything. I just believe that I want this defense to get on page, but I want them to start off a little slow and then warm up after the bye week. Call me crazy because I just don't want us to peak in September. I just don't want us to peak in October, if you guys can get what I'm saying. Let me know if I'm wrong. Shout out to you, Keith Long. Appreciate you, fam. Let me put this chat box up there. There we go. There my powers go. Yeah. That's all I have, the power to snap, Shout out to you, Tim, again. Law, that's our defensive rookie of the year. Oh, that's what I want him to do that. Oh, yeah, I really want him to do that. Who would be outside of Parsons, by the way? Not on our team, but in this NFL, and we don't know, but who do you guys feel would be the defensive rookie of the year outside of Parsons? Who do you guys feel? Normally it's not cornerbacks because they got so many growing pains to go through, right? So who do you guys feel that will be the defensive rookie of the year outside of Parsons? I'm waiting. While I'm waiting, let me see if I got my dog over here. Yeah. I'm waiting for y'all to comment on that one because I believe that this thing belongs to Parsons already. Gregory, is it Russo? That's his name? Come on, my AI, she sleeps. She got to wake up. I hope I can give her some coffee, Come on, there you go.
Shout out to the HBOs. Law keeping it lit and live. Fire.
Yeah! Shout out to you, CB. Appreciate you. JC Horn, he will have to play. JC Horn, he'll have to get 5 interceptions. He's going to play around the box, maybe a sack and a half, a kickoff return, a fumble or something like that. And that's the only way, because I believe in the hearts of hearts. Call me Cowboys Blue. That's what my new name going to be, Cowboys Blue. I'll be all with the Cowboys Blue stuff. So y'all leave me alone. I can't help that I have love and adulations for my team. People fail to realize this right here. The word fan is the broken down word of fanatics. So people fail to realize that part of it. We supposed to be fanatics out of it. And realistically speaking, I understand that they done advertised this thing for his people to say, nah, we got to be this. And some people are just shallow with it. Some people are coy. They don't want to step out. And they will say, well, we didn't do this in 25 years and these sorts of things, like this same team, the same everything been here for 25 years. No, that's not the case nor the scenario. Now, Jerry, Wayne, John, Stephen Jones, yes, they've been here. They've been here for all of this time. But I come here to tell you guys that this team, and I know I'm going to hear the same storyline. You said this last year, what were we supposed to say? What were we supposed to say? Well, we going to fold up like a wallet in a lawn chair? No. What are you supposed to say? Let's say, for example, you only 130 pounds. And a guy is busting through your door that's 230 pounds. Would you just supposed to just lay down and say, hey, take it? No, you're supposed to fight. I don't care what size your weight is. Let me know if you're a real dog. Yeah. Or you just supposed to fold up. Let me know how you supposed to do. You supposed to protect this house. Or just because you're 130 pounds, you're just going to lay it down straight and say, okay, come take it? No. Where they do that at? We ball them up and we fold them up and we fight. Let me know if I'm lying. But we got a collective fan base that's docile, that's a little soft inside, and they say, well, we ain't gonna do anything. Oh, I can't afford to do this. We can't afford to do that. Ah! He's too big. You know, like Jamal says, Gus says exactly. I can imagine somebody walking in Jamal's house. I don't care if he's the size of Shaq. Jamal is going to protect his house. How dare you guys allow the outside noise to control you and who you are and who you believe in? Right? At the end of the day, you fight for the thing. You fight for the thing that you say that you covet, right? That you say that it belongs to you. You need to fight for the Cowboys' name. A third of us was Cowboys fans before Jerry bought the team. Right? So Jamal, I can imagine somebody busting Jamal's house. Jamal gonna be like, man, I don't care, dog. You busting into my territory. But it's the docile Cowboy fans, the one that looking at to the outside. Oh, Tom Brady. Oh, we can't beat him. Oh, when we play the Patriots, we gonna lose. Oh, we listen to the go along, get along guys. Shout out to my dog Kwame Brown, sprinkling some of Mama's cooking. Oh, we listen to the go along, get along guys, and repeat what they say. We repeat what Stephen A. Smith says. We repeat what Skip Bayless say. We repeat what Shay Sharp is saying. And we use it against our own fan base. Look, Cowboy fans, I spend majority of my time debating and going back and forth with Cowboy fans. When we get the utmost respect from Eagle fans, Washington, they don't even have a name of their team, and they hit me up all the time. Oh, dog, you was right, man. I love your content, dog. You be spitting the fire. I be like, dog, for real, and the Eagles cry. Dog, you be spitting the truth over there. But it'll be our own Cowboy fan. Oh, that player sucked. And the other fan bases be like, man, I wish they can get rid of this guy so we can have him on our team. Only one person to go back and forth, and his name is Eastside Arrow. He's the only guy. But we found out what he made of last year, because when his team was losing, he was like, Kumbaya, my Lord. Kumbaya. That joker got to running, man. He started being peace, Eastside Harold. Now he's speaking a little bit now, but I was saying, like, where that energy at, you know? But you'll see his comments here and there. But that's enough stuff that I'm going to give on him. Let's listen to 105.3 The Fan. They always have great topics. And shout out to Jeff Cav. He's on YouTube. Hit him up. Be sure to subscribe to his channel, his page. And shout out to Brian Broadus, man. He's one of my dogs over there. Let me get... No, that's 2 barks for both of those guys over there. But shout out to them.
Part of the game is intact. Now we're working on behind the ball, man-to-man, playing zone, blitzing from off the ball. Those are the things we can feature and assess. So my question for you, will Micah Parsons be more of a star or a rookie project in year one? Gentlemen, you have the floor.
Okay. Before we go a little bit further, can we put in project or star? I just want to see in the chat box. Even if this video is over with, I just want to see you guys put in the comment section, depending on which platform you're watching on, can you type in project or star? I just need to see it somewhere. I want to see it in there. So I don't want you guys when week 5 and week 6 and week 10 come along. Yeah, I told you. So this would be the time that your voice is heard or seen, you know. We don't want no docility, no docileness around here. We looking for some dogs, okay? So I want to see what y'all gonna put down. And it's good to stand firm on what you believe. Or you can put these star emojis. I'll take that one too. Shout out to your T-Dub.
I guess are those my only 2 options? I can't in between this thing.
Yeah, I wanted to pick.
Shout out to you, Matt.
I will go star over project. because I think he's one of those, like Giannis in the NBA. He doesn't necessarily have all the NBA skills, but he's bigger, stronger, faster.
Paints the picture.
Like Micah Parsons is that of linebackers, where maybe I didn't read my key correctly, and maybe I should have taken on that block instead of going around it. But I'll be damned if I'm not faster, quicker, more flexible, and just kind of able to get there. Mm-hmm. So it's encouraging to hear that they are talking about the drops and the coverage and stuff like that, because I think that's the part of the game that'll have questions. His physical talent, if he plays a lot of snaps, is going to get 120 tackles and force 5 fumbles. Like, he'll do that on instinct and his physical gifts alone. So
Sounds like a star to me.
I'll go star over, what was it, project?
Yes, sir.
Now that's a good questioning there. Star over project, and depending on how they would utilize Micah Parsons. I just look at it like dropping off in coverage and all of this stuff. That's cool and all, but I would rather for him to create pressure by blitzing off to the edge and not having that responsibility. And especially if anybody look at the cover 3, you got that backside help anyway. The underneath is where you need to cover, like the flats and get upfield. So if he's able to do just that, then yes, I agree with Jeff. 120 tackles. I don't know about 5 forced fumbles, but being around the ball, I think somebody put out there that, hell, this kid got the ability. Now, it could be when we was on the final word, when it was me, Boss Cowboy, the OC, Big Game James, where we was talking about like the abilities and the projections of Parsons, that the brother might get north of 5 sacks. So right now, I'm gonna poll you guys again, if you guys don't mind, right? Over or under 5 sacks for Parsons? I'm gonna wait a little bit. I need to have that Jeopardy music. Maybe I'll install that for the next episode. Shout out to you, Alexander. What's good, man? I'm late, man. You never late, man. You on time, baby. Shout out to you. Alex says, shout out to Ashaniqua, Pookie, and Ray. All right, so Sam says over. John says over. Ed says over. Demetrius says over. Okay. Alexander the Great. Let's see. Parsons, defensive rookie of the year. Yeah. Defensive player of the year. Yeah. He didn't put rookie. He said defensive player. That's a tall cup. That would be dope though. Defensive player of the year and defensive rookie of the year. That would. You had to have a monster year. He would have to be really. Can I go even? Yeah. Tim says he even. Lee Grant says under. Depending on how many times they have him dropping off in coverage. I think that hell. If you're looking at a situation where you got to drop them off in coverage a lot, and I'm talking about plenty of times, then you might want to switch him up, have him to stream off the edge, and that's why it's so important to have interchangeable linebackers, right? Interchangeable safeties. A safety that can play high and low, a safety that can be waving at you on the roof, and then if you look down, he's at the doorstep. That's a safety that you want. That's the safety that you got out of Donovan Wilson. That ability to play on top of the roof, to scan and survey the field, and you can do so much. You can do so much with that type of defense. But I don't think that this defense will be like that. Only defense I've seen like that before was the Patriots. I forgot which year, but they had those players that had the ability to switch, and it's hard to identify who's the strong or who's the free, and sometimes teams with versatile linebackers can do the same. It's hard to identify the Mike. And if Parsons, I'm using the operative word if he's able to do that, switch, get upfield, and not being able to drop in coverage, and we have the other linebacker it can be crazy good.
I'll go star.
Yeah, I was immediately gonna say the star aspect of it. I think Jeff painted a excellent picture of what he is. This kid's got so much ability, and a lot of it is, I think, kind of untapped. They're going to figure out ways to get him involved. We've seen him on the tape with Penn State. They ran twist games in front. He was able to come free. I watched him blow past Ty Nsekhe the other day in a practice, and it hurt. He went past him so fast, it hurt Nsekhe, and I'm like, wow. I mean, and he didn't even touch him. He just went by him so fast. So I think that he's got that nose for the ball. I think he's got the athletic ability. I think he's got the power. I think he's got the strength. They're going to find ways to get him involved in a lot of different ways. So I'm just going to say he's got a chance to be a star.
This for John Bean right here. Hey. Shout out to you, Jay Lombardi. So here's the situation. He said he blew by Ty Nsekhe. I think that's how you say his name, right? It's good to know that. Oh, yeah, I know it was Marcus Mosher and Big Game James, the OC, and Boss Cowboy. We was all talking about the ability of Parson and his ability. Y'all can check out that episode. Wonderful episode. We'll be live tomorrow at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time as well. The final word, I don't know if we have a special guest or not, but we will be live late 95 talking about various things and various topics. Now, one of the things, when you are a speedy edge guy, and Parson got a little bent to him, he got a little crazy into him as well. He's a crazy dog. You ever seen that dog with the crazy eye? He's that dog with the sharp teeth, and you just don't know what kind of dog it is. You just know it's a big dog. So that's who he is, right? So we're thinking about, when you look at it, if he's on the side of Gregory, I want you guys to look at how the tackles, I think somebody did some film out there, or you guys can go look at some of my older films of Randy Gregory. Just casually look at it and look at the set and look at the stance of the tackles. Especially when he played against the Eagles, he's always an Eagles killer. And I'm talking about Randy. Look at how they are widening out. They're taking account that I would rather for him to flex or switch back inside, because that's what the tackle got to think of when you're facing against a 6'5", 6'6" type of guy in Randy Gregory, who can bend and got body contortions and dexterity to get that shoulder so low. And newsflash, hey, y'all already know he can
smoke weed every day.
He can smoke weed every day. He can smoke the quarterback. He can do whatever he wants, and there's no stipulations to it. Shout out to Randy Gregory, right? So when Randy Gregory get around that corner, it's going to be all of these right here.
Finish him.
It's going to be a lot of finish him, because when you look at his burst and his get off on the line, and I'm going somewhere with this storyline, his shoulder blade can get so low to the ground that it looks like he's cutting the grass. And the quarterback and the tackle has got to be aware of number 94. I get a lot of my detractors to say this right here. Oh, he's nobody. He's not a consistent guy. And a few Cowboy fans on Randy Gregory. But for those who understand and watch the tape, they know it's a lot of stress on that tackle. Now what you can do is to circumvent that. If you're sending Parson on that same side, there's only so much you can widen out on your stance, right? That means Parson can either go through the C gap now, or he can flip that thing back around and squeeze through the B gap. And I think that, man, that's a lot of stuff that's going to be on the minds and the fabrications of the thoughts of that tackle now. Now, the guard, shout out to what was his name? Davis. He said, guard. The guard is going to have to flex back out too. So now you got penetration that can come from the middle. And I'm not hyping this team up. I'm just calling it out. So we didn't have that type of dynamics with your linebacker, or they just didn't send our linebackers in the past. I believe, hear me out, Cowboy Nation, Dan Quinn understands, and he may send Parson around that edge. Oh, C gap control. Oh, he can squeeze through the B. So Parson, yeah, Alex says Parson don't have a position. So yeah, so if Parson is playing around like that, it's harder to put a bead on him because he's so versatile. It's hard to find out who's the Mike. And that's what we've been missing, Cowboy Nation. And that's why it's so important to have Randy Gregory. Now, a few days back, I did a video film breakdown of Diggs, right? Trayvon Diggs. And one of the things that I want you guys to look at is the very first play. They actually put Randy Gregory on the opposite side. He was streaming off the left defensive end, although he's a right defensive end standing up, right? He was standing up. His body contortion, his bend, was able to get around so quick to cause the quarterback to step up, and he threw the ball awkwardly, and guess what? Newsflash, it was picked off. Just for sake of seeing if I can do it on the fly, y'all bear with me. I'm going to upload that film now as we speak so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. I do not have the ability to rewind, but watch this, though. Let's see if I can put it up there right quick. In this video, we will be looking at Trayvon Diggs' rookie year. Mute myself on this. He had. All right, pay attention. Pay attention to that first interception. I didn't even highlighted it, but look at Randy Gregory at the bottom of your screen. And you're going to see it better. You should be able to see it better right when he do his little run around. and the Cowboys wasn't doing no blocking on that. Watch Randy Gregory. I wish I could pause it, but look at number 94. He bends, scoop around. He forces that quarterback to step up. That is what I want him to do. And that's not even on his natural side, right? So that's just y'all seeing the ability of Randy Gregory. Now, for those who are watching on the YouTube and Facebook, you guys can feel free to rewind, pause it, and slow it down, and you will see that Randy Gregory, that's not even his natural side, but he was able to scoop around, bend a little bit low. Although he was tripped up, it seems as if though the guy wasn't even on him, and he was able to scoot up and cause that quarterback to slide right up inside to throw an awkward pass there, and it was picked off, right? So that's me doing film session on the side. You know, boy, y'all ain't ready.
All right, the questions are coming in via text, and here's a good one. I told you they had better ones than I did. Is Kellen Moore possibly gone after this year if we don't pass the first round of the playoffs?
No. You know what's more likely? It's more likely Kellen Moore is your head coach if you don't go past the first round of the playoffs, and then he's gone.
He is very popular with Jerry and Dak.
How's that for a take?
I like it.
I think that
that's a take right there.
I think that so far, I'm a believer in Kellen Moore. He's good at his job. With no head coach experience, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they would do a search. Maybe they would be Dan Quinn. But I think it's more likely if the Cowboys come up short that Kellen Moore is your head coach than that he's gone.
I think there's some questions there. And I'll say this in a way that because there's so much, so many eyes on what the offense could be. And if they go out there and fail this year because the offense doesn't perform like it needs to perform, then maybe if Mike McCarthy is still here, it might be a new coach and a whole new staff again. But if they don't perform like we all believe they can perform, I think there's going to be some questions about that. And
oh my goodness, yeah. How many years we gave Jason Garrett? Y'all put that in the comment box. And we gave Jason Garrett a lot of years. And I'm not sitting here saying just because we gave Jason all of these years, let's give this coach all of these years. But continuity is something that I'm big on. I get it right, Cowboy Nation. Take your time. And if Mike McCarthy, if they feel like, and I know this is only speculations if such and such doesn't make it, but man, that's why it's so important. Like, don't rush and hire your coach. Take your doggone time. And I hope that Mike McCarthy is that one, right? We all hope, and the only thing that we can hold on to with hope is that he been there before, right? And I know some people gonna yell at the screen and say, "Law." That's because they had Aaron Rodgers, but he's been there before. And Dan Quinn, he been there before, although he didn't win it as a head coach. But I believe he was on that staff when the Seattle Seahawks won it. That should count. That should be weight. There should be weight on that conversation. All we had with Jason Garrett is learning the job on the fly. And I agree with Jeff. I believe that Kellen Moore, he got a good shoe in with his job because you don't lose a Boise State job, because they will make him the head coach. And there was a lot of stuff that he could have got over there, right? Let me know if I'm lying. And he took he took the upgrade and pay and all of this stuff in 3 years of contract with the Dallas Cowboys. But I just believe that Jerry Jones, even he says it all the time, tolerance for ambiguity. I think that he's going to hold on to this coaching staff a little bit longer.
So I wouldn't say that would be out of the question if it turns into a bust and the offense is a reason why they're not winning games because they're not doing things that we thought they could do. I think he'll be on the hot seat for that reason.
And Mike McCarthy would take play calling duties at some point if they struggle offensively.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy, if all of a sudden the offense isn't doing what it needs to do, and then he feels like that he has to try and save his job. We've seen head coaches do this before. If he could see the writing on the wall, again, this is a long shot, I think, but I'm not going to completely rule that out if they have a bad run.
And my thing is, Kellen Moore last year, I believe their offense with the musical chairs that they had with the offense, and with the quarterback as well as with the front five, the offensive line, they was ranked still 10th or 11th or 12th, respectfully, in the NFL. So I just don't see how this offense will be the reasoning for, the Cowboys' downfall. I just don't see it, I don't have the Stephen Wonder visions on that, Y'all can post down how and the reason why this offense will perform less than what they did last season. But to be honest with you guys, just to be straight up and up, it would take doggone a miracle for this offense to perform like it did last season, this season. It would take a miracle, and I ain't talking about one of those magical miracles, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Jamal says we need to pick up a few offensive linemen for backup. I think I did this conversational piece the other day. Let me see if I can pull this one up. I think I went over that already. Yeah. We got Ty as the offensive backup for Tyron Smith, who's already hurt. So that's a red flag there. We need to probably find another tackle in that factor, or during this particular training camp, we'll find out who can be that backup guy. We have Connor McGovern as the backup guard, who's versatile enough to play the backup center role. Brandon Knight, he was no chopped liver when he came out there. He was serviceable enough. We didn't say, oh, man, look at Brandon Knight giving up this, giving up that. And, of course, the Ball brother, I think that he got a certain set of skills, 6'7", north of 315 pounds, and he's pretty good with a good feet and knee band, so he'll be all right. I think we are right. We are in better shape than what we were last season as it relates to backups for that front five. Let's listen to more what they had to say.
All right. For the 254, why do the Cowboys value the offensive line so much but devalue up the middle on defense? Is there a happy medium, or do you think they have the right approach? That's James. You got to choose where you want to put your eggs.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, and it's a Jerry Jones thing that might drive you nuts. But you can't have everything unless you're the best drafting team in the history of the league for like 3 or 4 years in a row. You're not going to have everything. And the fact that they err on the side of offense with their assets, good. I like that. Problem is if you're not doing as good a job as the best teams are at building a team, eventually your offense is going to run into a team that has a good offense and a better defense than you, and you're going to lose in the playoffs. But, yeah, I'm a believer in my assets are going to the quarterback, the people who protect the quarterback, and the people that the quarterback throws to.
Good assessment, man. Jeff needed his whole show, man. Somewhere on above Fox and ESPN. Shout out to him on that one, and shout out to Jeff and what he does with Scoutcast with Voch Lombardi. Great episodes. Y'all check them out. Great insights on all things. My thing is, brilliant point, by the way. who did the Cowboys neglected the most? And I'm looking at all of y'all comments. Shout out to you, Dallas Cowboys Uncensored. Be sure to check them out. Uncensored Cowboys content. Beautiful content, by the way. Who did the Dallas Cowboys neglected the most? Defensive tackles or safeties? Now, you can put into the context and break it down even more, whether it's free safety or strong or one tech or three tech. But which category did they neglected the most since 1995, basically? I want to read what you guys said. All right. Brian Bradford, my dog. What's good with you, man? Let me get my dog button over here. He says, Brian Bradford says safety. Tim Johnson says DT. D Schiff says safety. Okay. Let's see. Safety. Okay. Free safety and one tech. That's a good way to break it down, though, big dog. Who's this? Jay Lombardi? That's a good way. Y'all break it down like Jay. Break it down even more if you can. One tech, three tech. Was it free safety or strong safety? Was Kayvon Frazier enough for a strong safety? Was Church, although he was a later draft pick, or was he undrafted? Y'all help me out. Was he enough for the strong safety role? And I know we've been looking at three tech. Yeah, that's me, three tech. We've been looking at three tech. So was it more of the one tech and free safety that's been the detriment to our team, and something that we have not valued in a long time? Safety for sure. This is from Harvey Keys. What's good with you, man? I thought you were going to say Harvey Martin. I said, whoa. Just haven't been consistent. This is from Alex. Matt Brooks says safety. Safety, and the one says safety and DT. I feel you on that. Double O will be our beefy boy. Always wanted to watch. Okay, Tim, we're going to find that. We're going to find that. You're correct. Asmodeus, Jay Ratliff, Ken Hamlin. Ken Hamlin was a guy that we picked up as an acquisition, right? He was a free agent guy, but he came to the team, gave us. It was Ken Hamlin, the last free safety that we had that had north of 4 interceptions within 1 year. Cause I think he had 1 year of 5, and then he had the concussions. The brother couldn't see no more. That brother was like, dog, I'm dizzy, I'm dazed and confused out here. I'm getting burnt and everything because I can't see no more. I keep having concussions, right? But shout out to Ken Hamlin. He had that 1.5 good year with us. So you're right. Ken Hamlin need better coaching to start there. Right. Alex, I ain't gonna get into that, but I feel you. Jesse says one tech and three techs and free safety. He put it all around. Pat Watkins, yeah. Pat was just, but he was good for a spurt, and I'm talking about literally a spurt. Roy Williams was solid until they started to change the rulings up. Y'all remember when they started changing, you can't touch the opposition beyond 5 yards. But when they was able to redirect and get physical beyond 5 yards, I think that Roy had a better scenario. And when you can hit a player when they go across the middle, Roy had a better situation and scenario. But when they required, because you guys remember, baseball stats was just going all out the roof because of the home run situations. People love the deep ball, right? Or the home run, the big scores and everything like that. So the NFL said, hey, let's change up some of the rulings. And they changed up some of the rulings, and they allowed the players on the offensive side of the ball to have free releases more, catching the ball across the middle, the concussion protocol, and all of those things. I'll never forget the Rams, the greatest show on turf. They played against a physicality or a physical defense. Shout out to my dog, Ty Law. He would get into the face and he'll redirect beyond 5 yards. He'll get aggressive. And all of those guys, all of those finesse wide receivers was talking about, well, we keep Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, all of those boys. There's another guy at the tip of my tongue. They keep me get it too grabby. You know, I'm a defensive guy, so I'm always going to be on the side of the defense. They get it too grabby. It was the top of my route. He literally raped me. You know, all of that whine and stuff. But we liked the physicality. You know, I used to love the fact that Aeneas Williams versus Michael Irvin, they get almost in fisticuffs at the top of the route. And Michael, the playmaking Irvin, would still win, but Aeneas tried, you know. But that's a story of a different day. Let's listen to more what they have to say. Tara says, J.J. Wilcox, yeah, he was pretty good.
That is what is going to determine how many games you
Pretty
win.
good for a
and then you're
spurt.
going to run into another team that can do all those things too. And hopefully you have a defense that can keep up with theirs.
Yeah, I don't know what you consider not valuing, because Trysten Hill was a second-round pick. Gallimore was a third. Odighizuwa was a third. Golston, who's going to play defensive end, defensive tackle, was a third-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean,
Tank was a 2, and he gets a bunch of money now.
Yeah, exactly. To me, I was just focusing on the defensive tackles.
Oh, okay.
You know, but Quentin Bohanna could be a starter. I think.
Somebody, y'all ain't gonna put Hatcher name in there? I seen somebody put McLean. He was pretty good, but I think Hatcher was the last guy to get north of 10 sacks from the interior. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. And that's Jason Hatcher, right? Didn't he get like 11 or 12 sacks from the interior? When the last time we had something like that on a consistent basis? And shout out to Leroy Glover. Appreciate him. And Jay Radler. Appreciate them. But I believe that Jason Hatcher had a 10, or it could have been 9. I could be wrong. But I think he had 11.
That you're going to see with Urban is probably going to get more playing time.
Hatcher was a 3-tech. Appreciate you.
Bohanna was a 6th-round pick. I get that. But I think because he was probably a 6th-round pick, because a lot of people are like, we don't need that size of a guy. But they've invested a 2nd and 3 threes in defensive tackles.
It's not one.
2nd and 3 threes. Oh, somebody mentioned David Irvin. Oh, my God, I forgot about David Irvin. Y'all post, I think David Irvin's highest sack total within 1 year could have been 7 or 8. I don't think he ever hit double digits. Y'all let me know if he ever did. And I just wish, man, just timing, man. Although he got some screws loose in his head, but anytime they describe David Irvin pulling the stop sign out of the ground, man, you can't just do that naturally, right? That guy was just crazy. Like Jay Lombardi said, mad potentials, dog. Yeah, man. He was one of those dogs, man. Yeah. You know, the thing is with David Irvin, and this is real talk. You can't hide that
Smoke weed every day.
David Irvin's situation, although he knew how to actually circumvent that NFL rule and stuff. He said it live on his IG page. You know, shout out to you. Shout out to you, Sally Lawyer. Appreciate you so much for all what you do for this channel. Although he knew how to circumvent that policy, you know what I'm talking about, right, Cowboy Nation? But you can't circumvent. There we go. There she go. I'm waiting on her.
Shout out La Ishanika Pookie Rary Ishanika, Chili.
Oh my gosh. Appreciate you, Alex, man. Let me give you one of these right here. You know, let me give you one of these. Appreciate you. Although he knew how to circumvent it, but I believe that stench, that smell, that odor, you know, he can't circumvent that. And certain particular people can smell that whiff of that, and they start putting you in boxes, and it can be people from within that will sell you out. And he kind of put bits and pieces of it out there, and he said it out of his mouth. I can roll out of the bed and be better than probably 80% or 90% of the NFL or anybody on this team at that position, or I could be better than whatever you try to do in your life. And I think that he was telling the truth, smelling just like that good stuff. Tyrone Crawford, this is with Cunningham. I think Tyrone Crawford, best season, he had 5.5 sacks. And he was a tweener guy.
But Micah Parsons was a one. And majority of those guys are still pass rushers.
Yeah, that's the thing about it is Lawrence is okay, if you just go overall defense, Lawrence is a 2. I mentioned Parsons was a 1, Randy Gregory was a 2, Jalen Smith was a 2, Joseph was a 2, Wilson was a 6, Trayvon Diggs was a 2, Jordan Lewis was a 3. That's pretty significant draft allocation for defensive players. I mean, and they haven't, sure, they've drafted offensive tackles, but that's where the board told them to take at that time.
Yeah, that was the end of that one.
But they tried to draft Ryan Shazier during the Zach Martin draft. They tried to pay.
Yeah, I forgot about that Ryan Shazier. I hope all is well with him. I think he's starting to walk and everything and regain his strength, although he would never play football again, I think. But I agree with Brian Broaders. They drafted where they supposed to be at. Now, we get into fisticuffs talking about Trysten Hill versus Warren Thornhill, because both of those guys on the defensive side of the coin, and we were looking at like, hey, Warren Thornhill. And believe it or not, when I did my film assessment, I kind of did a soft questioning like, hey, Trysten Hill, not that bad. He had 8 solo tackles, 9 QB pressures, and on top of that, 3 quarterback hits. And he didn't play that much last season. Got injured. He was balling. A lot of people were looking at it like, nah, Law, you hyping him up. And Cowboy Nation, we got to stop that. When I'm mentioning a player's stats, it's not me hyping the player up. I'm just saying that this is what the player was able to do. Juxtapose that even number 96, Navell Gallimore, who played more snaps, that's all he had for the entire. Yes, he had the 1 sack, but he had 9 QB pressure for the entire year. You see what I'm saying? So we got to stop it. What I'm saying is that Trysten Hill, he's not the best. He's not going to be the person that could walk on water, right? But he is a guy that I saw that was able to win on his one-on-ones. And that's what we need. We need players to win on their one-on-ones. And on top of that, when you think about a defensive tackle, a person that's going to play inside the middle there, regardless of where they line them up, because they did line Trysten Hill at 0 at times. And, of course, they play even and odd fronts. It's not like Trysten Hill said, hey, Cowboys, draft me. But they drafted him. So what happened here, and including me, I look at it like, oh, man, come on, Cowboy, why you drafting him? But let's not look at where he was drafted at and sully and denigrate the kid, but give him time. Now, he's fighting for his life, and I know, everybody knows the new car is always more favorable to drive. So the Cowboys went out there and got Carlos Watkins, which is new to the Cowboys area. They got Ghost, they got Double O, Odigizua, so they got a lot of guys to compete. They even got the Austin Polynesian guy, that's be undrafted that will fight for that role to get inside to play that 3 tech. But we got to sit back and wait for training camp to come about. So give it time. That's all I'm saying. D Shift says, I like the film on Hill. Very informative. Appreciate you, man. And I'm not trying to say that he was the best defensive lineman, but dog it, let's get to the point on this thing with the Atlanta Falcons. Nobody else was getting in the backfield. Where everybody else was at, man. You got your 3 tech getting in the backfield. What happened to your edge guys, right? What's going on with that? And I was looking at the film. I looked at the Browns tape. Hey, where everybody else said to the party, right? Come on, we got to stop the run. And I know that the Browns ran for 4,000 yards on us.
Shame. Shame.
Jeez.
Shame.
Shout out to you again, Sally. Alex says Xavier McKinney. My thing is, y'all know I loved Xavier McKinney coming out of college, but we had to go with BPA, best player available. And the Cowboys got the best player available, so you should always go about doing that. But let's not beat down one to uplift another player. Nobody's scared of Xavier McKinney. Man got an interception off of Andy Dalton last season. Yeah. BD Gray says 4,000. It felt like it though. Oh my goodness, it felt like 4,000 yards. We couldn't hold contain on the edges there, and the side that they was running on was on pole. I'm sitting there like, come on, man, come on. 99 and 95 is the reason why they both are not on this team. It's the reason why. And shout out to Antoine Woods. It seems as if, though, Antoine, when he tried a little tree stump, may he have a good career in coach. May he go to the Hall of Fame, for crying out loud. But he was only a factor for, I would say, 8 to 10 snaps. Yeah, that was his factor play. Like, he'll get up under you and he'll move some stuff back. But as time dissipates, man, he's sitting here like, man, I need to go on the sideline, eat my oodles and noodles, man. I can't hold contain. I can't get upfield anymore. But Twarka, he is what he is. He's a tree stump. When you look at his tape, he's not going to get pushed back a lot. And although he's pretty much water on the bridge now because he's not on his team anymore, but he wasn't going to get pushed back. But on the flip side, if you want to say a conundrum piece of it, he was not going to push you forward. It's just like, when I looked at his tape, it's like, dog, if it's the LOS and it's the name of the game is to stay on the line, shoot, they going to do just that after 10 reps or 10 snaps. So we didn't have that consistent pressure. And then roly-poly, Dontari Poe, I'm sitting here doing film assessment before the season kick off. I'm sitting here like, yeah, the Cowboys finally got a big boy that they could put in out there on the field. But he was doing the exact same thing. But I'm going to put the booty in there and make it shake for you guys and gals. He will fall. That joker had no balance, man. He got ballerina shoes on. That big boy, that number 95, getting Peter roll all over the field. I know where that come from, too. Low man win. When you big and you fat and you're out of shape and you're sloppy, you can't hold ground. You can't keep your balance. They're tipping that brother over. So hopefully this offseason, if Big Bo can show his big butt up there and say, okay, I can stay. I can go the distance. Maybe he's fresher and younger. He can do that. And, of course, Double O, Ghost, all of those boys that we got into the inside now. Brand Urban, I'm not really worried about him. He's straight effort the sky. We would get it going. Shout out to you, Jay Worthy, and shout out to you. Alex says, shout out to Law Ashaniqua Pookie Ray.
Shout out Law Ashaniqua Pookie Ray. Scales.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Kevin, appreciate you for jumping in. And Brown played decent second half of the year, especially when Diggs went down. Brown did good. This is from T-Dubs, my bad. T-Dubs, you're right, man. You're right. Brown, if you look back at both of his interceptions, especially the one against the Eagles, he had to read that one. It wasn't no lucky, I'm in the right place at the right time. He actually had to read the offense formations, and he had to bust like, well, get out to get to that edge to catch that interception. And as far as the 49ers game, that was pretty much thrown in his proximity, and he had to get off of his guy, jump in front of that route to get that one. So those are kudos to me. Not saying that he's the best DB out there, but what we are hoping for and what we wanting is for these young fish, these young guys to get out there, look at the situation and scenario and say, man, I'm better than you. I'm better than you. I want that type of moxie, that type of mindset. If you don't have it, I don't want you on this team. That's how defensive backs supposed to play. Go look at Jalen Ramsey. Go look at it. Look, I'm not saying that Jalen Ramsey is the best defensive back in the NFL, but go listen to the sounds of the sidelines and just listen to them. Shout out to you, Matt. Appreciate you. Yeah. Ye tour says Bohana. Yeah. So Bohana. Yeah. Just go listen to him. He walks in believing that he is the best. And 9 times out of 10, you will be leaving out thinking that you are the best. And even if you have to be an actor out there and act like you get pushed and pulled, you trying to win. Make a play. That's right, Jay. You trying to win at all costs. Demetrius Alexander said, "Nah, dog. Jalen is number one. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, Demetrius." Y'all know I love DB plays. Cowboy Nation, I got to roll like dice, but I really appreciate you guys for jumping in and being part of this conversation. And let's continue to find ways to grow the nation. Hit that like button, share this content. If you enjoy this content, please leave a comment, leave a review, leave a thumb up, leave your honest opinions. Man, don't ever hold back your opinions. It just put them out there. Those convinced against the will is of the same opinion still. I say this all the time. Yeah, so we want people to not be like this.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
We want people to be able to load them up, baby, shoot them down, baby, shoot your opinion, you know. And then for those who out there who say that stupid stuff, you already know, lean forward. We slap them out the way. Week 1, Cowboys 55-17. Alex, if that happened, don't you know, I would do 55 push-ups, man. And 17 sit-ups, man. Oh, my goodness, that would be nice. Ooh, but thou shalt decree a thing, and it shall be established, baby. Yeah, let's go, Cowboy Nation. Really appreciate you guys. I love y'all. Let's continue to grind and shine. Let's go. Let me see some fire emojis on your way out. If you made it to this point, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you ain't subscribed, baby, subscribe. I got goals, man. We're trying to get these goals conquered. And the only way it can happen is through you guys. Ain't that right, Matt? Appreciate you. Oh, and all of y'all donations, from the stars to the super chats to the thumbs up, and for all of those who join those special communities, is how we get out there to Oxnard so I can give you guys more content. So I really appreciate that. That helping everything out. So especially if you join in the Patreon, we got some content out there that's not on the other channel. So hit up that Patreon. The link is strolling down at the bottom of the screen. Hit those cash apps, help a brother out. I'm not begging, but you can go to your grandma's couch and find $1, find 99 pennies. Oh yeah, you can ask Ashaniqua, Pookie, and Ray Ray for $2 to $3, right? And sprinkle some of mama's cookings with it, baby. Yeah, and share this thing. If you don't have the remuneration for the nation, sharing is caring. That's the best thing you can do. Tell those friends and neighbors where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk, huh? But I say this not to be funny or anything, but I say this with the fabrications of my heart, soul, and sinew. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you can't get enough sleep of it, and if you go out there and do all of those things with all of your capacity, your strength and scarcity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, and neither cold poverty or famish or fame or sickness or body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, it dogging and grim and besieged and besetted with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, you will get it. Ain't this right, Cubio? Ain't this right, really, Johnson? Let's go, Cunningham. Let's grind to shine, baby. I was saying that even when I was homeless. Real talk. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Double up. Let's grind, baby. Turn me up. Let's go.
This is Sparta!
Y'all already know how this thing go, baby. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's continue to grind and shine. Hey, we're going to play 2 songs, maybe 3, but we're going to be out of here. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. We out.
one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she freeze. Photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos. Hit the door and the dome and just whole team here might need some. Still young but I move like a new deal to my lawyer to. If you're down in my management, I'm just warming up a way till I old producers saw the numbers one. Different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up. Travis, the time when you're talking up. Wanna get you a ring and you tough enough. Wanna get you new things in your pockets up. Run it up. I used to be quiet and out of luck. Now I move up and move humble cause the hate and the jealousy. My mama telling me count up your blessings and run it up. Nowadays nothing really is like 1,000 stars. Like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on bling and she free. Photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos. I keep giving game away. I put game on layaway. I got paid to play today. I get paid to stay away. I get paid on rainy days. I might make it rain today. I got paid off pain today. Thought it'd take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only soul. Heard your whole team was for sale. Heard it's on the market for the low. Who the realest, we might never know. All this acting, you can play a role. Give you the world when they sign you up. Try you out and then they line you up. Ooh. Now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching, need some food. Now you're all on live acting surprised, but you was fooled. Boy, get out the way, it's been a day, now you're old news. Now you got the pen and pad, you're trying to take my moves. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she free. Photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she freeze. Photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos.
Come on, baby. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Share this content. Y'all let this thing add up, baby.
Check, I might do it again.
Enemies
close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one to my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up,
come on,
bankroll, euro,
man, thank you for the 1,000 stars.
I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up.
Daryl,
told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? Baby. It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck. She hurt, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying cards to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Then we lay low, baby. Add it up, bankroll,
baby.
Peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me.
Cowboy Nation.
It up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up.
Back it up, baby.
Matter what? Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go, Cowboy Nation, one way or another. We out. Peace. Shout out to y'all. We out. Shap, Faith, and Sally. Salute.